Hey guys, welcome back to Talking Chelsea Blues. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. Before we get into this, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload, and share this channel out as much as possible, guys. It really just helps out. And thank you so much for joining us. So, tonight we're talking about three players: Moises Caicedo, Mason Mount, and Nicholas Jackson. Let's have a look at every individual thing. But before we get into that, we're almost on our way to something exciting. There is going to be a few exciting announcements coming up in the next few weeks. But guys, we are up to 510 subscribers on YouTube as well. So guys, thank you so much for that. Dad, have you got anything to add?
Yeah, just say, to our loyal supporters, thank you, and thank you for supporting us through last season. Considering, in the men's league that we had a dismal season. We excelled in the ladies division, and we done the double. Yeah. How great, looking forward to the World Cup now, and there'll be a host of exciting things to come now this season, and really looking forward to it and getting back on board and providing great content for you.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I know the videos haven't been consistent, and I know it's not been perfect and it's not been ideal, but we're hoping to get this back to what it should be and what this channel should be, which is regular videos, regular uploads every single day, giving you the latest news and our latest thoughts on things. Also, guys, there is a little announcement coming up as well in terms of the structure of YouTube. So, sooner or later, we're going to start having an opportunity to make super chats available on the live streams. And this is an important step in the channel. This will be an important step for the live streams as well. But this is not about us, guys. As you know, we strive to make this a community channel where all Chelsea fans can get involved and all football fans can get involved and have their say. But super chats will be available. Feel free to donate if you do. It'll all go towards equipment, making better videos, getting better editing done, better graphics for the whole video, making it more entertaining for you guys. So eventually when the live streams do come back and the super chats are available, please feel free to donate if you don't have to, if you don't want to, but it would really help us out to making this channel better for you guys. And yeah, also one more thing before we get into the main part of the video, we are going to be doing a watch along for all the England Women World Cup games. Yeah. We are very excited about this. There will be new graphics, new ideas from that. So guys, make sure you stay tuned for all these things that are coming up, and also there'll be a lot more videos coming up. Match previews, match reviews, watch alongs, live video chat shows and stuff like that. All these sorts of things will be coming into the channel this season, so stay tuned, guys. Now let's get into this. So there's been a bit of news on Moises Caicedo. Let's get into it and we'll have a little look and we'll give you our thoughts. Let's get into this now. So Chelsea have an agreement with Moises Caicedo on personal terms, and they are now going to talk with Brighton over the fee. This is via Fabrizio Romano and the residency. Dad, what do you think about this? Do you think this is a good deal for Chelsea? Do you think Moises Caicedo is the fit for Chelsea? Or more importantly, because they're talking about a £70 million plus £10 million add-on fee, or an £80 million plus £10 million add-ons fee. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I think that Moises Caicedo would be a great asset for us. I think the dynamics of his play, just looking at what he's done for Brighton, the man is a true athlete, great football player. I think he's just what we need at Chelsea. Instead of always going for people outside of the Premier League, we've taken bets on quite a few. We only have to look at one who's just sort of exited our club now and joined our rivals, Kai Havertz. you know, it didn't work out. You know, nothing materialised there over the last few seasons, and you know, it's sort of like, you know, farewell. And you know, my belief is, you know, we're going to see him now start scoring goals left, right, and centre at Arsenal. It's always the way. But yeah, Moises Caicedo is a great opportunity for us, you know, to have at our club. I think, you know, he will score us goals. And
He's not really a goal scorer as
well,
such. If
he's
we
not,
notice,
he's not so much a goal scorer. Great at assists, you know.
he's a
But
great ball winning midfielder
yeah,
as well. He's got that energy. He reminds me of N'Golo Kante. And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
he
That's
could be
what
the
you
new
need.
he
That's
could
what
be
you
the
need.
new generation N'Golo Kante,
Mm.
and I think this is what we've been looking
Yeah.
for, someone who can step into Kante's boots and go and run with it. I don't think it's going to be long before he's at that sort of level. But right now, I think Caicedo would be a brilliant signing. Put him next to Enzo Fernandez, and you have a brilliant partnership of midfielders there. But guys, let us know what you think about Moises Caicedo, and the fee I believe is going to be 70 million plus 70 million pounds plus 10 million pounds add-ons, which will wrap it up to 80 million. But then there's also talks of 80 million plus 10 million add-ons, which will wrap it up to 90. I would rather the 70 million plus 10. But guys, let us know your thoughts on Moises Caicedo. Moving on to the next piece of news now, and this is again from Fabrizio Romano. I don't know if you guys saw the other day, but the Mason Mount £55 million bid was rejected by Chelsea the other day, but it still is on the table. But let's have a look at what Fabrizio Romano has said. Understand Mason Mount's side stance remains clear. No plans to sign new deal as things stand. Man United now or free agent in 2024. Tuchel a big fan, but no bid talks with Bayern as of now. United 55 million bid still valid. Won't wait forever. We just need to accept the 55 million for me. Just accept the 55 million and let him go. He doesn't want to sign a new deal. He doesn't want to stay. There's talk that he's saying he wants to stay. He will stay for pre-season. And he'll give everything for the club, but I doubt it.
I think it puts him in a bit of a dilemma as well. You know, when he first started out, especially under Frank Lampard, you know, he was sort of raising the bar. You know, he was, you know, scoring goals.
He was dubbed as the new Frank Lampard.
Yeah, and you know, he sort of, you know, at that sort of peak, and then, you know, that sort of tapered off. He had a few injuries. You know, he came back. He
didn't look the
hasn't
same.
looked sprightly. You know, the same player as
There's
he
no
was. But
look, there's nothing special about Mason Mount. When we first saw him, we thought, yeah, there's something special about this guy, but there's not. There's not a lot to him. He's not the player you expect him to be. But 55 million, I would bite United's hand off at this point, because they're not going to go any higher, as they've said. Bite their hand off and run with it.
Yeah.
That 55 million could be put into Caicedo.
Yeah, but just to interject here, you know, we say about players, you know, and whether they be young and new and fresh to a club. Some players don't sort of peak until they are older. You know, they come in towards the end of their career, quite a few of them. And, you know, it's like I say, sometimes it puts you in a dilemma. But, you know, I think he's in a dilemma himself. You know, he wants to stay.
But he doesn't want to stay. He's refused a contract, right?
I think
we've offered him a contract. He doesn't want to stay. He has made it clear with his entourage he doesn't want to stay.
Wasn't it at one point he wanted something like 300?
Yes, and he's not worth £300,000 a week.
Yeah.
He's not. He's not worth £300,000 a week. I can think of many other players who are worth £300,000 a week and play a hell of a lot better than he does.
Yeah.
So that is that. But let us know your thoughts on Mason Mount, guys. Let us know what you think about him, whether he leaves or he stays. What do you think? I would rather him leave now than be a free agent in 2024, because I'd rather take the money and run. Because that £55 million on the table could be used to be put into a Caicedo deal, and that Caicedo deal could be very important to us in the season, whether that in terms of whether we get European football or not. But guys, let us know your thoughts on Mason Mount, and should he stay or should he go. Let's get into the final news story of today's video, and we'll give you our thoughts on this one. So, here it is. Exclusive. Chelsea have reached full agreement to sign Nicholas Jackson. Here we go. Understand Villarreal accepted Chelsea to pay just a bit more than 35 million euros release clause, but better payment terms using instalments. Medical being scheduled, personal terms agreed. Now, as far as I know, he's already been into London. He's already had his medical, and now we're just waiting for the announcement from Chelsea. Dad, what do you think about Nicholas Jackson? Do you think he's going to be a stellar signing for us? And do you think he could live up to the potential that is being talked about?
Yeah, basically, I think, Nicholas Jackson is, a great asset, a rising star again. He knows where the back of the net is. He's a great striker. I think the dynamics of him, he can play a couple of positions as well.
He can play left wing, right wing, striker. He can play as a cam if you want him to. But we've got Nkunku for that.
Yeah.
We've got Nkunku for that.
Yeah.
But
you need somebody as well also who is versatile, and can play, midfield, can play, a striker, which he predominantly is. But, I think he's a superb athlete, a young signing for us,
someone who can compete with Broja.
Going to be confirmed within the next few
days.
days.
I reckon it'll be confirmed tomorrow morning, guys, so stay tuned for the announcement.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think he's a superb signing. I think he's a stellar acquisition for the club. He's a striker who we haven't had paid that much for. Someone who, we don't know a whole host of things about, but someone who could get goals. Yes. Look how much we paid for Drogba back in the day. We paid something like £20 million back in the day for him, and he was scoring goals. First season he didn't score that many, but
there's two things we need to start doing. First and foremost is scoring goals. Secondly,
stop conceding them.
Yeah.
If we can do those two things in tandem,
and that means
here we go.
Having an airtight defence, and that is paramount. To where we would go 1-0 up, and sometimes within a minute or two it would be 1-1, and this has to stop. So I think it's great that we're starting to sort of revamp here, and get rid of dead wood, and sort of like revitalise our team so that Chelsea sort of like we're no longer like top of the flops. We start raising our standards and winning, and get back up there fighting for
titles,
championship football.
Champions League football,
3rd or 4th place next season.
These are the things we need for this club. We need a top 4 finish. We do need a top 4 finish. Even if we're miles behind the points. Even if we're miles behind the points of champions, right? We need Champions League football back. Second of all, we need to recruit good players. So this is the start of that. Moises Caicedo, Nkunku, and Nicholas Jackson. These are the sort of players you need to be recruiting now. Also, the other thing we need to do is get Todd Bowley to continue with the good business, because we've bought a club. We've bought a club.
And the one thing, it's been dwelling on my mind is, and it's a matter of fact, and let's not split any hairs over it. We know that, it's going to be City again, this season, until they, investigated and found out, it's an unfair advantage to other teams in the league. And I think, until that is sort of knocked on the head and, they may be disqualified from the Premier League, I think, no,
it's not going to be fair.
No clubs are getting a chance.
But, right, as I said, right, we have just bought a club. We've just bought a club on the side of Chelsea. We've bought Strasbourg. Now that's, a fantastic opportunity to be a feeder club for our players.
And I think, not just in the UK here in our league, but I think in leagues all over the world, and especially in Europe, that there are dirty deals going on, and we often see it, referees giving sort of free kicks and, penalties, where they shouldn't be awarded. And, there is just so much backhanding going on, and you know it's sort of like a giant spider's web of politics, you know, and
Yeah.
it is quite corrupt. And I think, you know, we need to get back to basics and, you know, have investigations, basically, you know, where so many clubs, and, you know, it absolutely makes me so angry to see, you know, where they are being, you know, knocked down by, you know, referees, politics, etc. in football. And you know, it's a sport. Let's play the game clean and tidy, and the best team always win. Yeah. So.
But at the end of the day, right, this is the thing that bothers me, right? And we're talking about Chelsea here now, right? So we know the news the other day that we bought Strasbourg, as I've just said. This is a good feeder club now. We have an opportunity to buy youth, not just put it into the academy system and just watch it fall apart, but instead loan it out to a top tier French club who are, you know, one of the top teams, who could play football and go out there and actually win trophies and be first team professional players. It's an opportunity for them to see how good they are in the main teams in football. So guys, let us know your thoughts on these things as well. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below about these sorts of things, and let us know. But that's the end of today's video, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed. As I said, make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. Share the channel out as much as possible, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for another video.
Guys.
Bye, guys.